That wasn't my bad. That was somebody else's hand. There you go, buddy. All right, everybody. Let's talk about some lights here. Everybody's awake, right? Because I'm going to talk for like 4 hours. I'll be as loud and obnoxious as I can to keep you awake. How's that sound? Let's get that down. Just, breaking stuff. Okay. Everybody see that? You know what that is? That is boiling hot butter going down your arm 2 days ago. I had a really rough couple days. That is as close to second degree as you can get. And I am proud to own that right now. That was, and I was wearing a shirt, so thank goodness it's like, you could tell the color difference. Butter. I was about to fry some chicken and I flipped the pan. And then like an idiot, I tried to catch the pan instead of like going. That was stupid. So yeah, I've been spraying some lidocaine on it and all that good stuff. So I got splashed a little on my nose and I got the rest on my arm. Yeah, well, no, just on me. It was like a tidal wave. It was like aiming right for my arm and got me. So hopefully it heals up okay. I mean, it didn't blister, so it just looks like the most wicked sunburn you could have. Ouchie. So that's my last couple days. Plus, I'm working. I'm working on this business plan development training for farmers program. This is the full 12-week program that I'm working with you guys doing the shortened version. The Hilo class is available. If you want to take a look, the schedule's on the back, and it might touch on a whole bunch of things that you may be interested in learning about. And the class is $25. So you get 12 weeks for $25. If you're interested, it's the full-fledged thingy. And if you were to say, bring your business plan from here into there, by the time you'd be done, the thing would be gleaming, polished, ready to rock if you really wanted to try it again. Not to mention, you could maybe skip the days that I would be repeating lectures and just, give me the homework, which you already have done, and then you could turn it in and all that good stuff. So I'm not actually teaching this course, but it's Debbie Canolas. She's a graduate of my course. She's also a student up at UH and has a lot of financial sense when it comes to farming. So she's the one who built the financial program that we do in here for the financial day. So if you're interested or know anybody who can't take advantage of this program and maybe would take advantage of a much larger program, here it is. Here's the dates and all that stuff. So if you're interested, it's up here, maybe during break. I do have a short coffee break, so I wish I had coffee. Unfortunately, I don't. Any questions about what we talked about last time? About business model, especially business model, just kind of honing your ideas and bringing them together. Has everybody done that? Committed some time to it? At this point, I'm just going to give you kind of like a speedometer here. You should be at least have done about 20 hours worth of work for your business plan at this point. If you haven't, you need to hit the gas and catch up. So at this point, we're going to be talking about marketing and sales plan. This is the one area that I feel in Hawaii lacks, where in other areas, farmers who have much smaller farms than they even do here, the 2 and 3 acre farms, are able to market their product within their specific area really, really well. And they can pretty much, like I've been talking about, ask whatever price they want for their products. And it's all about on how you market and how you pitch it. I just want to bring up a lot of examples of how people do things in Hawaii, how they've been doing things in different areas that might trigger something that could be brought over here, okay? Don't forget, marketing is different than sales. Marketing is going to be how are you going to catch the people and get them interested in your business. And then the sales side is once you've actually made that sale or are close to a sale, then that is when your sales kind of mind heads in that direction, okay? So you're going to wear that cap, the salesman cap, at that point. So trying to bring and retaining customers is really what it's all about. So First, we're going to talk about marketing, right? We're going to talk about target marketing. We got to specifically talk about who are your customers, right? Peter Drucker, who's pretty much the guru of marketing, there isn't a marketing manual out there that doesn't talk about some of the stuff that Peter has written about. He has a nice quote that says, "The purpose of a business is to create a customer." Meaning, your business should reflect you, your ideals, and what you want out of your activities, your efforts. And then you are going to want to steer your business towards a specific group of customers. These individuals are ones that you can identify by making a list out of the types of people that you would want to be your customers. In that you want somebody that has enough money, somebody that has an interest in your product, somebody that feels the passion about your product the same way that you feel the passion about your product. You want great customers. You want to steer your business towards your customers is basically what that quote is stating. You don't really want to sit there, start a business, a yarn shop, and then hope everybody comes and buys yarn, okay? You want to find out where the customers are, what are they buying, those are the types of products you want to produce, and that's the type of business that you want to run. It goes the other direction, okay? Well, if you don't have a market, there are no sales. Yarn shop, well, of course, people do buy yarn. I'm kind of bashing the yarn shop. But what it comes down to is if there isn't a market for your product, you're not going to make too many sales. There's an art gallery in Honoka'a that I watched kind of exist. It was a guy who carved wood. He had kind of lumps of wood with no real figures to them. It looked kind of like he had made some different shapes out of something that was already a lump of wood. So I don't know how to describe it other than it didn't look like a sculpture of any kind. It was just he had shaved off some pieces of wood and then called it art. Needless to say, his shop was open for about 3 months. And you'd see him standing out front looking like a desperate man. It's literally standing out front, just looking so desperate, really hoping that somebody would come. And anybody walked by, he would pester him to come into the shop to the point where he chased them away. There is no market for places like that, places that don't really have customer base and just waiting for people to come along and trap them in. There's no market for something that doesn't have any kind of aesthetic or some sort of value to anybody. I'd be surprised if he made 1 or 2 sales in the 3 months he was up. Hawaii Island Farmer's Guide to Essential Marketing. This is the Accessing of Markets manual that I had mentioned before. You want to Google this. This is the best manual you can get for marketing in Hawaii. I had my office print up some of these, but they're not bound yet. So let me get them bound up, and I will get you copies of this document. This was written by Craig Elovich, Jim Kane, who's a taro farmer over in Waipio, and then Nicole Millen, who's with the Kohala Center. And it's basically just a wonderful rundown of what markets exist in Hawaii, how to access them, what are their contact information, as far as like a needs thing. Really, really great program. So I'll get you copies of those, provided they're bound and ready to go for you. I didn't want to give you 88 pages of loose leaf, right? That's bad news. Does anybody know who Derek is? Seen him on TV? Derek, he has a great quote, get feedback from your buyers. So they have a great program over at KTA where they do surveys, they do questionnaires, they give discounts for people that fill out this stuff. So they really get feedback. Of course, the demographic of people they get is the type of people that have the time to fill out that kind of thing. So he also recognizes that and sends people into the aisles and then asks them if they need anything. They ask them if there's anything in the store that they've been looking for. And these are actual things that, scripts that they had written up for their employees to ask people to see if they could find the right information, steer the company in the right direction. You need to identify your market before you do any production. That's definitely key. Don't start making stuff unless you think that you can sell it. So then you're going to do some market analysis and basically get your products out there, really small kind, in the farmers markets or whatever you can do, and then see if there's an interest in your product. before you flood all of your time and energy into this stuff. What is an investor going to ask about your marketing plan? Basically, are you going to be able to market and sell? They want to know specifically what steps are you going to take, not I'm going to advertise on the internet. You say something like that, they're going to be exactly what website and how often and what demographic of people you're looking for. So you're going to basically be asking many questions about your market that you need to have answered already in your marketing plan. Like, does your product or service stand out in the market? Somewhere in your business plan, you need to state this, that your product stands out in the market and how and why. You could be selling mountain apples, just like everybody else sells mountain apples, but if you pickle them with a little lihimoy, chances are you're going to sell, if not, you're not going to sell more of them, but you're going to make just as much money with a little bit of added extra effort. You got to watch as far as your marketing on that goes. Are you food safety certified or anything like that? If you are, that's a marketing bonus. If you're organically certified, that's certainly a marketing bonus, all right? Does it stand out in the market? If you're producing organic eggs in Hawaii, you're going to stand out in the market in eggs. You're going to stand tall and wide in the back, and everybody's going to notice you, okay? Because you're certified organic from a certified agency. If you're interested in that, don't forget there's a class at the end of this to get certified organic, okay? Do you have a strong marketing campaign? Strong does not mean money, okay? It's how many heads or sets of eyes are going to see your product, your idea, or hear about your service. I guess eyes don't hear, your ears hear about the service. So, if you have a strong marketing campaign where you are diligent on the internet doing things like social media, Facebook, more importantly, Twitter, which is taking off like crazy. Does everybody understand what Twitter is? Twitter is giving a theme or a name to something, somebody, or just an idea, giving a name to it, and Instagram, the same thing. And then people can reference that thing, name, person, or place, and then kind of talk about it together without knowing each other, just based upon that subject matter. So if you have people that are followers or people that are interested in your farm because they know what you're trying to do, then you definitely want to have a Twitter account, or it's at least the Facebook's almost out. I mean, it's kind of getting old. My grandma's on Facebook. It's lost its luster. But Twitter is definitely kicking right now, so I would suggest definitely setting up a Twitter account. Put the name of your business is the Twitter, what is it called? Twitter feed. And then set it up so that if anybody references your farm, then they'll be brought together with your Twitter feed. And then if any time that you can on a daily basis state on your Twitter account, we have exactly 2 dozen eggs, I have 20 pounds of carrots, and I got this much frozen chicken. And it's for sale today. And if people are your followers, they know and you like your farm and support what you're doing, they will get a tweet, and then they will know that you have exactly this much for sale today just because they're following you. As soon as you put it out there, all of your followers will pick that up. How much more easy is it than that? The thing is, you got to have people that are on Twitter. Well, right now it's about 25 to 30% of the average household has somebody on Twitter. That is up from 15%, which was about 18 months ago. So when I said Twitter is taking off, I'd say by the time 3 or 4 years, everybody will be on it just like Facebook. And it'd actually be a little bit better communication tool than Facebook. Strong marketing campaign. If you're doing Twitter every day, that's a strong marketing campaign. What does it cost you? It costs you nothing. You have people knowing what you're doing today with your product every single day. Marketing campaign, word of mouth. Do you have somebody out in the community on a weekly basis? They set aside Fridays to go out into the community and just talk with people about your business. Strong marketing campaign, getting email lists, super important. If you get people that are interested in things like the HOFA list, the Hawaii Organic Farmers Association, if you get on that list, or you get access to that list, which they will give you, people that have all signed up that are interested in organics and you sell organics, you can use their email and just blast it all out, and then all of a sudden you have almost everybody that's interested in organics and willing to go on the internet to search for a source. They just found out about your chickens and your eggs and all that stuff. So, do you have a dynamic sales force? Once the people are interested, they get the tweets. They're like, all right, every single Friday I want a dozen eggs. And they order that. They even prepay. And then you have people that are poor at sales or operations especially that don't follow through. Oh, sorry, I oversold. I don't have your eggs this week. I promised more than I was able to produce. That is definitely a sales issue. So your sales needs to know information from your operations side, exactly how much product you're going to have every time that they go out to make a sale. Because if they don't, they're going to oversell. They do all the time. It's one of the biggest downfalls for small business. So, dynamic sales force, certainly important. Any questions? Okay. Marketing plan. What is the marketing plan? We're talking about the pages and paragraphs within your business plan that talk about marketing right now. Okay? Marketing is the backbone of your business. You could be making golden eggs and selling them for 10 cents a piece, but nobody would come buy them if they didn't know you were selling golden eggs for 10 cents a piece. They'd be missing out, but they wouldn't know, right? So, backbone of your business. People have to know that your product exists, your business exists in order for you to survive. Not only that, but every day somebody new needs to learn about your business. If you've told everybody already on this island that your business exists, what are you going to do next? You've tapped your entire, either you change your marketing scheme, you change your products, or you export. Plain and simple. So, backbone of your business. Business survival is based upon revenue. You're not going to do well unless you're making money. Even if your business plan states 5 years in, you're not going to make money. At some point, you have to make money. It's all based on revenue. Can you keep your lights on, keep gas in your truck, keep your employees happy? Can you go on a vacation once in a while? I mean, these are things that you have to have money for these things to go. Otherwise, you become a crabby boss. Nobody wants to work for you if you don't take a vacation once in a while. So you have to consider all these things when it comes to revenue. Revenue is equal to the price of your product and times how many sales you make. Okay? These are two factors that you can even things out. If you increase your price, you only need to make so many sales, right? If you lower your price, you're going to need to make more sales. So basically, it all goes back up. Marketing is based upon the amount of sales and the pricing of your product. People will be interested in your product, but once you try to hook them, if you don't have this part situated, they'll walk away right away. Everybody's heard about that wonderful product. They walk in and it's $5,000. You're like, well, it's not even an option. Okay? You need to understand that price and revenue, or revenue equals price and equals sales, times sales. The simple market goal can increase your sales. A simple marketing goal can increase your sales. So if you somehow reach 50 people a day, regular customers, and then one new customer a day, after the end of the year, you've pretty much tripled, quadrupled, 6 times as many customers. Simple marketing goal will increase your sales, which increases your revenue, gets you back up, right? So have a marketing plan. Strategies and actions to increase sales are what is in your marketing plan. This is what you want to write down. You don't want to be too specific on your design of your flyer. Maybe if you have one for your appendix, that's great. But at the same time, you want to talk about the strategies and actions you're going to take. Specifically, very specific. Here's your business plan, guys. What goes in it? I cover financial plan and marketing plan. I need you to understand that there's definitely a production or operations plan within your business plan. This is super important because they're all related. They're almost like checks and balances, 3 branches of government right here. You have people that don't want to spend money. They don't want to give it away. You want people that want to spend it like crazy. And there's people that basically are at the whim of the other two. They have to be the fortune tellers, the future people. They need to see ahead in the future. If they check trends and they notice that your sales go up every summer and that end of every summer you run out of product, they need to start seeing that the next year we need to up our product production. So where I touch on these pretty heavily, it's just understood that you're going to have to explain to me what your business does, how it does it. And I talk about that when I gave you the rubric on the operation side of the business plan, okay? When it comes to marketing plan, marketing campaign, strategies and actions that increase your sales. If you end up doing a marketing campaign and you spend X amount of dollars and you get nothing out of it, you need to change your marketing plan. Please don't have one marketing plan. Have one already set up for worst, best, and most likely case scenario. If it turns out that Twitter and Facebook work fine and you do plenty in sales, why stop there? Maybe incorporate somehow radio or something into it as well. It's basically, the campaign is your deployment of your methods. Methods plural. You have to have many, many plans of attack when it comes to marketing. I know I'm being really vague here. As far as marketing, we'll get there, okay? Your marketing strategies are dependent on your market and your customers. It's all based on your customers and your market. Remember I said you need to build your business around your customers, okay? So whatever your customers are like, if they're hipster types that love technology and all that stuff, then you need to have your marketing strategy going that direction. If you're selling farm amendments and you're dealing with people that don't plug in a computer ever, then you need to steer your marketing strategy that direction, okay? It's all dependent on your customer. Look at your customer before you start your marketing strategy. I said that once already, didn't I? Well, when you look at our strategies, business strategy, your approach to ensure business success, you want to have that incorporated in your business plan. Your product strategy, what need are you filling? It's pretty easy if you come up with the right idea in farming and agriculture on the Big Island, especially since a lot of products don't come here. So as far as finding a need, that's really the easiest section, I think. This is probably one of the hardest, yeah? As far as your marketing strategy, which I want included in your marketing plan, is it the right message to the right people via the right methods? All 3. You can't have a good marketing plan without all 3. You need to say the right things to your set of customers the right way, so that it hits their ears, hits their eyes, and that's about it. Your ears and eyes, that's what you're aiming for, okay? You're trying to get that information into their big fat skulls. Sometimes you need to say it 10 times, like on the radio, people don't listen to commercials, but everybody knows that commercial that you could say the phone number to of the company. You would never shop at their company, but you know that they play the thing every 30 seconds, and for the rest of your life, you have that phone number stuck in their head. That's their marketing strategy. It's a pretty darn good one. Okay, if you have the money to do it. Sales strategy, converting prospects into customers successfully. Okay, that's where I was talking about. You gather up your customers' interest. At that point, you're going to want to retain them. That's your sales strategy. All 4 of these things need to be in your marketing plan, if not at some point in your business plan. Because they're all related, right? That's why I would say bringing them all together is a great way to express them, because they're all very, very related. Where do you start, though? Depends, I guess, where your strengths are, where you think that there's a special star next to? Where do you think is your best quality? Start with that. Everybody remembers the life of a product, right? This is very similar. We're going to be talking about adapting marketing strategies. It's pretty plain and simple, but I thought I'd put it in graphic form. You have your demand on this axis and time on the lower axis. So over the course of time, you're hoping that your demand increases, right? You're going to do market research on your products. Let's just say cocoa powder for baking. Okay? That's a great idea for Hawaii. Glad I thought of it. If you're going to sell raw cocoa powder, not make chocolate bars, but just cocoa powder, and you're going to sell it to the pastry bakers, restaurants, and hotels. Your marketing plan to get out into the environment, first of all, certainly would be contacting phone direct to individuals. Well, who are those individuals going to be? That's where you're in your marketing research phase. You're going to find out who should you contact. You get them all together. You prioritize them. Prioritize your customers. And put them as in level of importance, even before they've given you $1. And then if somebody surprises you, put that person at the top of the list. Okay? Do your market research. Testing the waters is really good. Maybe going over to the restaurant that you would like to do this to, and you go there for dinner, and then you ask if you go late at night about 8:30 and say, is the chef available to come to the table? You get him to come to your table. He comes back all pissed off that he's left the kitchen. He's just trying to clean up. And you stand there and you pitch him about, would you be interested if I showed up like 20 pounds of cocoa powder a month at this price? Would you be interested? He'd be on the spot and he'd be like, I don't know, I'll think about it. But you already gave him the information, and he goes back and he thinks about it. Comes back to you. Yeah, that would be very interesting to me. What better way to start up a business relationship than already have a deal made and just have it done that quickly? Because those people, that chef, he's there for one reason, is to make money. Just like you're there for one reason, to make money. And if your approach is a little forward, that's probably going to get somebody's attention, and that's probably going to be a great marketing plan. So where I thrive in marketing is that forwardness, this ability to go out and chase down your customers, get in their face and say, this is what I have and this is what I'm offering you. So you need to be just that confident. Market research, have some interest in your product. Once time goes along and you start generating customers, you release your product, you generate customers because your product is cool. This is going to be your friends, your family, people that you can market to word of mouth. And then if nobody else buys your products than your friends or family, then you need to change your marketing plan, because you're only getting it to the people that have heard about your product through you face to face. Well, what better way? It's obvious that mouth to mouth, not mouth to mouth. Hearing it from other people obviously works. Yeah, word of mouth, that's what I'm saying. It obviously works, so why not change your plan to that as opposed to whatever marketing scheme you had going on this direction? Either way, you want to get a marketing plan that promotes growth. Okay? Once you've established customers in your marketing plan, or at least this isn't customers, this is just an interest in your product. If you have people tweeting about your product, if you have people talking about it, then you obviously showing that there is some sort of growth with your product. At that point, that's when you do your shakeout. All right? You don't want to continue on whatever path you're doing. Your first marketing plan worked. All marketing plans have a very short life. This is why Nike changes their slogan every 18 months. This is why McDonald's changes the outside of their building like every 10 years. This is what this is. This is a shakeout, right? You know what the product is. People are out there to get it. So say you're doing chickens, organic chickens, and you're selling them to folks, and people are very interested in your product. They start buying it, and then all of a sudden you come out with this unique case or box or wrapper that it always comes in now. You've upped your ante. You're doing a little bit more for marketing. Maybe you have some, I don't know, you give recipes out with it as well. Some kind of marketing.